Yes. Yes. Shall we begin the classes? Google Kanan.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Am I audible?
I think yes, Google Kanan. In the last week we were unable to continue the classes due to the CT1, and even I have tried with the CR whether any slots are available with the weekend. I think for me also tried to accommodate with some slots. I think it won't work out. Okay, we will rush up, and I think there won't be any delay for the syllabus completion. In the last class, what we have introduced, we were introduced about the Regula-Falsi method and its derivation we were taught. And today we will continue that Regula-Falsi method. Before that, I think there any complication with CT1. Usually the complications will be the timing. That is, you are attending the problematic paper. It is not sufficient. The time won't be sufficient. That is what the major concern. But once you are in regular practice with these subjects, then I think there won't be any issue for the timing won't be any issue. There are plenty of students submitted the answer script after the scheduled time. Anyway, I didn't seen in depth, and the timings also I didn't noticed. Once I notice that, I'll tell you what all the things we'll do with that late submission. There are plenty of times I have advised you to send the papers within the time, but it is not healthy that you have submitted even after the scheduled time. So that is what the unfortunate. You don't repeat the things in the second CT as well in the end semester, and hope one girl I think. For me, one girl didn't attend the class. I know his name. I know her name.
Sir?
For me, little louder for me.
Yes, sir. Like today, everyone, maximum everyone attended the class, sir, today.
Okay. No. I am asking about the absentees.
Nagashri, sir. Nagashri.
Nagashri joined today. Nagashri, we need to plan
Yes,
for.
sir.
Nagashri, are you ready for attending the?
When, sir?
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow
Okay,
it
sir.
is. Okay, one day is enough for you to read the things, or you need some more time. Wednesday you write.
Okay, sir.
Wednesday you write. Okay, you
Okay,
read.
okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Mute your mic. Yes. Yes. Okay, we'll begin the today's lecture, that is Regula-Falsi method, and that is the method of false position. And see, this is what we were discussed in the last class. I have requested one fellow to read the things, and this is what the derivation which we were disseminated in the last class. That is, our focus or our interest is to find the root for this particular curve. That is, this is what our interest, and this curve transferred from negative zone to positive zone, and it meets one particular the x-axis in one particular point, that is our root. And what the Regula-Falsi method or false position method advise us to find is, we are going to make an drawing that is triangles, that is in two different triangles we were made these derivations, and based on these similar triangles, just a minute. is based on these similar triangles. This can be clearly understood. And see, this is what the point C, and this is what the point B, and this that inclined line joins the f of A and f of B. A and B is the initial iteration points in the x-axis, and the respective function value, that is the where we are going to adopt the A value in the given function, that is what the f of A, and similarly what that is what the f of B. The line joining with f of A and f of B meets the x-axis at one particular point, that would be C. So based on these known parameters, we can target the unknown, that would be C. Once the C is derived, then we make a move from this point to this, and our interest is to find the point C. And now f of B and f of A would be the vertical difference, that is, this is what the height from A to f of A, that is the point, that is what the f of A, and similarly that is what the vertical distance between the x-axis and the curve would be the f of A and f of B. So here, concerning this particular smaller triangle, f of B divided by C minus B is equal to f of A divided by C minus A. By doing the cross product, that we will get C minus A into f of B is equal to C minus B into f of A. By abbreviating this, C into f of B minus A into f of B is equal to C into f of A minus B into f of A. Our interest is to find C, so I am making C on one particular side. That becomes C into f of B minus C into f of A is equal to minus B into f of A, plus this A into f of B becomes plus A into f of B. So I am taking this out, C into f of B minus f of A is equal to, I am rearranging this with the positive note, that A into f of B minus B into f of A. So what I am getting by resolving this particular similar triangle, C is equal to A into f of B minus B into f of A divided by f of B minus f of A. This is what the formula which required to find the root for the given curve. And so we choose 2 points, that is xn and xn minus 1, such that f of xn and f of xn minus 1 are the opposite sign. So the intermittent value property suggests that the graph of y is equal to f of x make a transfer from the one point to other point, that makes the root that is lies between the initial assumption, that is xn and xn n minus 1. And this is what the first example. You please take your calculator and Google Kannan, you tell me the answers. Google, I think
Yes, sir.
yes, Google. You please take your calculator. I'll tell you the procedure for getting the results. Now you
Yes, sir.
make yes. What we need to do, you give alpha E. You
Alpha E, sir.
alpha E cube minus 2
Sir,
into
1 minute,
again
sir.
uh, 2 into again E.
Sir, my calculator is not displaying properly, sir.
Your
991 MS I
calculator,
have, sir. It's not
okay,
working properly.
it is not working. Okay, who is the first fellow? That
Sir,
is,
it's working fine, sir.
who
But
is
now
number
it's not.
6? Dakshesh. Okay, leave it, Arvind.
Yes, sir.
Google can.
Yes,
Dakshesh,
sir.
you
Make
please
sure it
join
works.
with example.
Sir, what did I do, sir?
Yes, what do you need to do? Are you having your calculator?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now type E. E.
E.
E cube minus 2 into E
Yes, sir.
minus 5.
Sir, E cube, sir.
E cube, right? E cube minus 2E minus 5.
Yes, sir.
Did Whether it is over, Dakshish.
Sir, it's -1, sir.
No, give CALC. Give CALC. In that you put answer 2.
Sir, you are not audible, sir.
I think you increase the volume, speaker volume, Dakshish.
1 second. Sir, yes, sir.
Yes, give CALC and then that will inquire about your E. Your E has to be given as 2. That is what our interest. See, for this 2 we can very easily find. For further calculation, it is essential to have an equation. Sir, that is what
E or X, sir. E or X, sir. Because when I'm keeping E means even when I'm pressing calc, it's giving one value, sir. It's not even asking me what is the value of it.
No, what you need to do, you need the pre-stored value would be taken for the calculation. That has to be not done. You need to give CALC. Give CALC. There is an option.
I give CALC, sir. I
So,
give
yes.
CALC only, sir. It didn't give me
CALC,
any
so that
pop-up
is
like what should be. Sir, is it X
Yes,
or is it E, sir?
That will inquire about even you can take X. That won't be a big matter. X. I am going to use these 4. That is ABCD. I am going to use with that equation. So we have other other variable like E, F, X, Y, M. Whatever we want, we can take apart from these 4. No, okay. Are you following, Pranav?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Got it, sir. I took the small e, sir. I mean that exponential thing, so that's why.
No, that is not. That is not. Okay, I think Dakshish, again you press CALC, then that will inquire about E. Then here now you type your 3. Here that is what our focus is. Find the root between 2, 3 of x cube minus 2x minus 5 is equal to 0 by Regula-Falsi method. So what we are going to do, this has to be taken as f of x. The given function is x cube minus 2x minus 5. So what I am trying to find is my my first x is the given 2, and I am trying to find the f of x. And for that I have requesting you to give an equation. Similarly, what we need to do, we need to find the value for x is equal to 3, but for these 2 we can get very easily. Dakshish.
Sir, yes, sir. 1 second.
Yeah, for while applying 3, what is your answer?
Sir, 1
16.
second.
Pardon?
Sir, 1 second, sir. Calculate. Sir,
Do
16, sir.
it fast. Do it fast. 16, right? Very good. Right. Then what we are going to do now? Give AC. Now give AC. I think all other 30 are following. I think hope. Else you take your calculator. You please follow my words, and you try to solve with calculator. Now you give AC. Have you given?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now give open bracket.
Yes, sir.
And A.
Yes, sir.
Now you can give recall A. Recall A. Instead this one I am going to use A.
Okay.
Instead this B I am going to use B, capital B. Instead this one I am going to use C, and instead this f of A I am going to use D. So these can be solved very easily. So recall A, recall C minus recall B, recall D, close your brackets, and divided by what we need to do. Already we were stored the f of B in C and f of A in D. So give recall C minus recall D.
Okay, sir.
Sir, how do you store f of A and f of B in A?
I'll tell you. Wait.
Sir, what is recall?
Recall. What is recall? I think you are, dear gentlemen, are you following or not? the past class I have disseminated, na?
Sir, f of a is d, sir.
See, whether this is what we need to do, whether you got it or not. Recall mean instead by giving the alpha into a, that can be given very easily with recall a.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Have you did Dakshesh?
Sir, yes, sir.
Okay. Now since Pranav is very eager to solve, very good. And how these values can be written? Now give CALC.
Yes,
Now
sir.
you please give CALC. What is our A? What is our A? See here, this is what the boundaries, that is 2 and 3 are our A and B. This is what 2 and 3 is what our A and B. And f of b here already we have calculated, that is f of 3, that is what 16, and f of a, that is f of 2 is -1, that is what our f of a. So that will enquire about a, right? A you give instead a you give 2 and then give equal to that.
So according to the diagram, A is the greatest.
A is
The greatest 3. So like the previous diagram you have shown as an example.
okay.
So going from negative to positive.
Okay. No, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
Okay, sir.
I'll tell you.
Sir, it's not asking the value of a, sir, if I give calculate also.
Pardon?
Sir, it's not asking the value of a, sir.
You give CALC, man.
Sir, I gave, sir.
You give
When you are
CALC.
pressing for recall A itself, it's asking the value, sir. It's not. When you're pressing recall A, that time it's asking you equal to, and then we have to give the value.
No, Pranav. See, I have asked you to put bracket first. When your calc is empty, at that time you are pressing recall A, mean that will return the stored value. But when we are retrieving the data in intermittent, that won't return. I have asked you to put the bracket first. I think if you are struggling with this calculation, I'll tell you. You see, this is what. Yes, this is what the initial. Okay, what you are telling, when you are pressing with the recall and A, yes, definitely it returns the past stored value. But I have requested you to start with the open bracket. You open bracket first. And then you recall and then A. Then recall and then C. AC minus recall B. This is another way of retrieving the data. No, instead for giving alpha into A, alpha B, by this way also we can give. This way we can also use these variables. B, similarly recall D. So now give close bracket. Then divided by, then already we were stored the denominator we have f of b minus f of a. The f of b is we are planning to store with c. Then again you give c minus recall d, close bracket. This is what we need. Then now you press CALC. That is
Now it's asking, sir.
Yes, sir.
A is asking, right?
Yes, sir, it is asking.
Yes. Tell me, Pranav. Yes. Instead A you give 2.
Yes, sir.
And then
Gave it.
then it 6 about.
What's that?
C, sir. C
Then
is just.
your calculator C. Okay,
Yes, sir.
C.
C is 16. 16.
C is 16. Then give equal to.
Yes, sir.
Then
What is
D,
our B? 3.
B, 3, sir.
3.
Then what is our D? F of A. F of A here we have F of A, that is
Minus 1.
minus 1. Yes, minus 1. Then give equal to.
Yes, sir. 2.0588, sir.
Yes, 2.0588 and making with 4 digit. So 2.058. Okay, let it be 588. 2.0588. Okay, that is what our new x1. So this is what the first iteration, right? Now give AC. Now give AC. Earlier what we did, we have given one equation, right, with E. Now depend that equation by going the past. Wait. You go back to the now give AC and then now we were calculated this value, right? Now give AC. Now give AC. Now go back to this. You play this upward button, and then again. What we did earlier is EQ minus 2E minus 5, right? Now give AC, CALC. Now give CALC. That will ask about E. What is our E? We were calculated the new value, right? That is 2.0588. For that, we need to find the f of x. So now you put 2.0588. What is your answer?
Minus 0.39.
Minus 0.3911.
Yes, minus 0.39105. 105. I am taking that as minus 0.391. That is 5. So I am taking as 3911. So here you don't write with these numerical. You try to write minus 0.3911. So this is what a negative value. So what I am trying to do, yeah, again I am changing the negative boundary. I am not bothering about the positive boundary. So if while you are getting your f of x as in positive, then you need to change your positive boundary. So here I am changing my initial negative boundary, since I am my new x f of new x is also returns my negative value. So I am changing my negative limit alone. So my new root lies between 2.0588 and 3. If since you are getting a positive value, then you need to change your the root 3 as with your newer value. So whether it is understood, whether it is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
For
Okay.
if
Well,
it's positive, can you say once again? If it's positive, then
yes. If it is positive, see, if it is positive, what we need to do? The root, say in the same example, we are getting the positive value. What we need to do? What is our earlier assumption? Our earlier assumption is the roots or lies between 2 and 3. Since you are getting a positive results, then what we need to do? The root lies between 2 and 2.058. That way, you need to change your boundary, lower boundary, upper boundary.
okay, sir. Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Whether it is understood? Shall I repeat again?
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
See, since we are getting a negative value, so what I am trying to do, instead 2 returns the negative value, 3 returns a positive value. So instead 2 I am updating with 2.058 something. If it is returned the positive value, so instead 3 I am going to take that as an newer upper boundary. So while solving, you'll get some more idea. Again, now you go with that AC minus BD divided by C minus D. This is what our second iteration. This is what our second iteration. Instead A, that is give CALC 2.0588 2.0588, then give equal to, that will ask about 6 about C. Our C is minus 0.3911. Don't give 3908, 3911, and then again give equal to your, there won't be any change with B. Your B is your 3, your D is your f of B. So here, wait, your A is 2.0588, your C is 16, your B is 3, your D is minus 0.3911. Then what is your x2? Then what is your x2?
2.0813, sir.
2. Very good, 0813, right? 2.0813. Then now depend your past equation, that is E cube minus
0.1468, sir.
0.1468 minus,
Yes, sir.
right?
Sorry, sir. Minus.
Minus 0.1468. Very good, absolutely right. Now again we are getting a negative value. So I am changing the initial boundary. Instead 2.0588, I am going to take as 2.0813. So this is what the second next iteration. So 2.0813, and the f of A would be minus 0.1468. There won't be any change with the B and f of B. So again go back to the equation AC minus BD. In that revise all your data. AC BD. A is your 2.0813, and then your C is 16, and your B is 3, and your D is minus 0.1468. Then give equal to, what is your answer?
2.0897.
0896, right? Very good, very good. 2.0896. Now go back to the equation E cube minus 2E minus 5. In that, give 2.0896. What is your f of x3? Minus
0.0551.
Very good. 0.0551. Right. Now again I am getting a negative value. So I am changing my initial boundary alone. So the roots lies between 2.0896 and 3. And now find the value x4. Find the value of x4. That is A. A is 2.0896. Our C is 16. Our B is no change 3, and our D is minus 0.0551. Then your x4 is 2.0.
927.
Very good, 927. That is what here I have written 0927. Yes. Now find the value of f of 2.0927.
So minus 0.0195.
No.
Minus 0.0206.
0206. Yes. So here, yes, we can stop our we can continue our iteration, but the things which is essential and which is given in the given example is there won't be any essential, that is the find the roots with the two digit accuracy or 3-digit accuracy. So we were continued the iteration with 2-digit accuracy. Here concerning the iteration 3, we are getting 0.08, and for iteration 4, we are getting 0.09. So we'll continue for getting 2-digit accuracy. So continue the iteration. Our go back to the equation AC minus B divided by AC minus D. Then your A is 2.0927, and your C is 16, and your B is no change. Your D is minus 0.0206. Then what is your F of? What is your new initial boundary? 2.093866, right? Pranav?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's coming 2-digit accuracy, 2.09, sir.
2.09?
For 2-digit accuracy, if I will fix it to 4,
No, tell me there is
2.0939, sir.
3 and continue there is 09.
0939, sir.
Okay, good. 0939. Okay. Then what is your f of x?
Yes, sir. 1 second. Minus 0.0073.
173. 173
Not
or
173.
73?
0073, sir. Minus 0.0073.
Okay. 0.007268. So concerning 2-digit accuracy, the required root is 2.0939. So we can stop our iteration as per the required information. We can stop our iteration. So now we were continuing the iteration till we are achieving 2-digit accuracy. We were continued. That is the required root.
What do
is
you mean by
2.0.
2-digit accuracy, sir? I mean, you mean when you are having the f of that should be somewhere in having. What do you mean by 2-digit accuracy, sir? Because 2.0939 it has 4 digits, right?
No. Here the results are 2.0927. Here the results are 2.0927. Right. So 09, we are getting 09 and 09. Concerning this iteration 3 and iteration 4, we are getting 2.08 and 2.09. Right. That
Okay,
is
sir.
what 2-digit accuracy.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Hope there won't be any issue with this problem. Do you have any doubts? Any clarification in example 16? Any queries?
No,
Google
sir.
Kannan. Google Kannan for me. Dakshesh, Kritika, Google. Okay, shall we continue?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, now you tell me the difference between. We will discuss some. What was the current affair? Headlines. Okay, we'll discuss some other things, right? Okay, we'll discuss the mechanics. What is the difference between couple, torque and moment? Tell me the difference between couple, torque and moment. Someone, you tell me the difference between couple, torque and moment. Already the time is 11:10. Yes, Dakshesh, for me, Google Kanan, are you with us?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is in couple? What is in couple? What is in moment? What is the torque? What is mean by couple in reading the subject mechanics, right? Mechanics of solids. What is couple? What is this? What is this?
Pressure meter.
Pressure meter. Pardon, Siddharthan?
So for measuring pressure, the device.
Right, it is a regulator. It is a regulator, and it has acetylene. You may well about the welding, right? This is what the regulator, and it has flow meters. It has various flow meters. There are 3 different flow meters with 2 regulators are available. This is what one regulator, and this is what the regulator which regulates the flow. This along with that we can we have the flow measurement, and I think it won't be visible to you. We have various. Right. Now what I am trying to do, I am trying to apply whether this is what the moment couple or torque.
Couple.
Couple. How we are defining this is in couple?
2 forces acting.
That too with opposite direction, right?
Yes, sir.
Unknowingly, what we are trying to do while opening an bottle head, or while tightening the regulator, or while making we are trying to remove unforce. At that time, unknowingly, what we are trying to do, we are applying the force. The forces are applied with 2 different directions with some distance. So the force applied by these 2 fingers and the distance which we are maintaining, the cross product of force and the distance would be the couple, right?
Yes, sir.
Then what is torque? Assume the same example with a bolt and nut, and what you are trying to do, you are trying to remove the bolt head with your fingers. That is what couple. The same thing which you are trying to remove the bolt with the help of a spanner, right? Then you are applying some force to the spanner, and with that point to the center of the bolt, we have some radius. The force applied by your hand and the radius, the cross product of force and the radius, which returns torque, right? Then
Yes, sir.
what happens? Then what happens at the bolt top? The nut stucks. You're trying to you're trying your mm, spanner, and you're depending some pivot, and you are trying to give some force to remove the nut from the bolt top, and you are in this way you are applying the force, and in the intermittent or some way some point here you are giving some pivot, and based on that pivot you are trying to uplift the nut which stucks with the top of the bolt, and the force applied here and the perpendicular distance and the cross product of force and the distance which returns moment. So this is what the fine difference between couple, moment and torque, right? For me, what was the headlines today for me? Today I have Times of India. It doesn't have Hindu. What were the headlines in Hindu? For me, I think for me.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
For me, what was the headlines today for me?
Sir,
What were the headlines?
what was the headlines? I didn't read the newspaper today, sir.
Okay. Are you having the newspaper in your hands?
Yes, sir. One second.
Then
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got the thing.
yes, is
The headline
reads
is Bhupendra Patel to be the next Gujarat CM, sir.
Bhupendra Patel. Dark horse Bhupendra Patel pipes BJP stalwarts to CM post wins Gujarat derby.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Well, anyone from Gujarat in our 34? Anyone from Gujarat?
We have people from Rajasthan, sir. Anshu is from Rajasthan.
No, anyone from Gujarat? No one. I think no one. They may very clear and what was the reason for the resignment of the past? In that we can know. They are if they are from Gujarat, they may know the things very clearly. Okay. Any other interesting headlines for me? I think Bhupendra Patel is first time MLA. I think so. First time MLA to be sworn in as CM today. For me. Okay, we'll continue. For me, are you there?
Yes, I'm there, sir.
Yes. I think sometime uh, your audio or your audio is
Like
not.
beside my home, construction work is going, sir. That's why like I couldn't hear it properly.
Okay, fine. We'll continue the problem and very rapidly you tell me the results. And yes, this is what the example 17. The second batch, you for me, you please try to solve this problem and tell me the results. And which is very similar to that of the earlier problem. You depend that is before solving this particular problem, change your mode into radian from degree to radian when we are approaching the trigonometric function at that time. You please switch over from degree into radian. So what is our f of x? Here the f of x is x tan x plus x. On the RHS we should have 0. That is what our f of x. So our f of x is x tan x plus x. So the initial values were given. That is initial lower boundary is to 2.5 and the upper boundary is 3. So we need to find the results correct to 3 decimal places. And so the f of 2.5 for getting this value, you need to depend what e, that is e, you give alpha e and then tan e plus 1, alpha e tan e plus 1, then give CALC in that will inquire about e, you give 2.5 minus 0.867555, so 7,755,55743 would be the results for me. Now, Rakesh, are you ready to return the answer, Rakesh?
Sir, no, sir. Sir, what, sir?
Are you ready to return the answers, Dakshish?
Sir, I have network issues, sir. I cannot hear you properly. Sir,
No, you told. I think you told me. Google Kannan.
Yes, sir.
So okay, you please make note. You please make your note. That is, this is what our f of 2.5, and this is what our f of 3. When we are applying 3, we'll get 0.5724. Therefore, the root. This is what the negative and positive f of values. The root lies between 2.5 and 3. And concerning the first iteration, this is what the first iteration. The A is 2.5, B is 3. We were calculating the f of B and f of A. F of B is 0.5724 and f of A is minus 0.8674. While calculating the x1 will get 2.8013. By the way of calculating f of x with this newer value 2.8053, we will get 0.0082. This is what the positive value. So what I am trying to do, so I need to change the positive instead. See here 3 return the positive value. So instead 3, I am going to update the value. So therefore the root lies between 2.5 and 2.8013. This is the way we need to check, and we need to update our values. So this is what the second iteration. A is equal to 2.5, B is equal to 2.805. Therefore, we'll get x2 as 2.7985. So again, it returns and pass positive value. So there won't be any change with the lower boundary, that is 2.5. I'm changing the upper boundary alone, 2.7985. So I'm continuing the iteration. This is what the third iteration, 7985. So when I am applying this as in A and B, I am getting x3 as 2.7984. So for that, I am getting f as 0.0000. So I need to get the 3 decimal accuracy. My past iteration 2 result is 2.798, and for the third iteration also I am getting 2.798. So I am stopping the iteration with the iteration 3. So the required root is 2.7984. So I request you to solve this particular problem, that is example 18. Using Regula-Falsi method, find the real root of the following equation correct to 3 decimal places, that is x log base 10x is equal to 1.2. And you try to solve this particular problem number 18, and this is what the subsequent problem, that is problem number 12. With this we can wind up the half of the unit. With this we can wind up the half of the unit. So you try to solve this particular problem. These 2 problems you try to solve. Problem number 18 and problem number 19. I'll post it in the group. With the Regula-Falsi method, we were completed half of the unit 3. The rest we will begin in the subsequent tomorrow's lecture. I think there will be I'll plan for the tomorrow class. Probably I'll be in leave tomorrow. I request for me to find some other day for compensating the tomorrow's class. We'll continue the classes during Wednesday 12:30. Do you have any queries with today's lecture?
No, sir.
Okay, for me, tomorrow I am in leave. You try to find some other slot for me. You try to find some appropriate compensation hour, and it won't affect the other classes. For me and Anshu, no, Sushma.
Yes,
Sushma,
sir. I
you
will
try.
find, sir. Okay, sir.
Yes, Sushma, you
I'll
try to
inform you,
find.
sir.
Yes, you try. Probably within this week you try to find some 1 hour, Sushma.
Okay, sir. Okay,
Yes,
sir.
yes. Thank you, gentlemen. I'll post these 2 classes in the group. You try to solve these 2 questions. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. We'll meet in the Wednesday's class. If there won't be if there won't be any leave tomorrow, then I'll at that time also I'll make a communication. You try to join as per the communication. You try to join. Thank you. We'll meet Wednesday.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You please leave the meeting.